Hansie Cronje was a South African international cricketer who served as the captain of the national team from 1994 to 2000. Under his leadership, the team recorded 23 wins in 53 test matches. In 2004, 2 years after his death, he was named the 11th greatest South African despite having been banned from cricket for his involvement in a match-fixing scandal. A Bloemfontein native, Cronje grew up alongside two siblings. He became an all-round sportsman in school where he was captain of his cricket and rugby teams. His sporting skills led him to represent the then Orange Free State province in rugby and cricket. After earning his Bachelor of Commerce degree, Cronje started his first-class career, making his debut for Orange Free State in 1988 at Johannesburg against Transvaal. In 1992, he made his international debut in a one-day International World Cup match against Australia. In 2000, the talented cricketer's career came to a halt when he was banned from playing for life for his role in a match-fixing scandal. In 2002, he died in a plane crash at the young age of 32. Childhood and early life. Hansie Cronje was born as Wessel Johannes Cronje on 25 September 1969, in Bloemfontein, Free State, South Africa, to Sanmarie Cronje and Evie Cronje, who was also a cricketer. He had a sister named Hester Parsons and a brother named Franz. In 1987, he graduated from Grey College. At school, he represented his cricket and rugby teams as a captain and played for the then Orange Free State province. Cronje later attended the University of the Free State, from where he earned his Bachelor of Commerce degree. First-class career. In early 1988, Hansie Cronje made his first-class debut, playing for Orange Free State in a match against Transvaal. In the following season, he played all 8 Currie Cup matches. In 1990-91, he became the captain of Orange Free State and scored his maiden century against Natal in December. He finished the season with a total of 715 runs at 39.72. In 1995, he played for Leicestershire and finished the season as the nation's leading scorer with 1301 runs at 52.04. During the 1995-96 season, he was in top form and helped Free State beat Northern Transvaal in the Currie Cup League. Cronje then went on to appear for Ireland as an overseas player in the Benson and Hedges Cup. His score of 94 not out brought Ireland a 46-run win over Middlesex. International career. In 1992, Hansie Cronje started his international cricket career, making his one-day international debut in a World Cup match against Australia. During the tournament, he averaged 34.00. Following the World Cup, his team toured the West Indies. He played in the 3 ODIs as well as in the test match that followed. During the 1992-93 season, his team competed against India in a one-day international series. He scored the much-needed 6 runs off only 4 balls in the first match. He was later given the Man of the Match award. The international cricketer then went on to take 5 wickets in an ODI, becoming the second South African to do so. In 1993-94, he played as the vice-captain of the team on a tour of Australia. In the first ODI of the triangular tournament between South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand, Cronje helped South Africa win against Australia. His team later lost to Australia in the series final. In October 1994, South Africa again competed in a triangular ODI series, this time featuring Australia and Pakistan. Despite Cronje scoring 354 runs over the course of the series, his team lost all the matches. In early 1995, his team won one-off tests against both New Zealand and Pakistan in Auckland, with Cronje scoring the only century of the match while playing against New Zealand. In the 1996 World Cup, he scored 45 and 78 against Pakistan and New Zealand, respectively. South Africa, however, lost to West Indies in the quarter-final match. Cronje started the 1997-98 season by leading his team to their first series victory in Pakistan. He made a big contribution by taking the wickets of Moin Khan and Inzamamul Haq in the third test. During the 1998 Test series against England, he scored 5 consecutive 50s. During the second innings of his 50th Test, he passed 3,000 runs and became only the second South African player to do so. Although England won the Test, he finished the series as the top scorer with 401 runs. Cronje then went on to lead his team to their only whitewash in a 5-test series against the West Indies in the 1998-99 season. He became the top scorer in the subsequent ODI series, taking 11 wickets and helping South Africa earn a 6-1 win. In October 1999, he became the nation's highest Test run scorer in a match against Zimbabwe. On 31 March 2000, Cronje played the final match of his career in the final of the Sharjah Cup in a match featuring Pakistan. Match-fixing scandal. In 2000, the South African cricket team led by Hansie Cronje faced match-fixing allegations during their tour to India. After an inquiry by the King Commission, Cronje confessed and acknowledged his involvement in the scandal. He was eventually banned from involvement in cricket for life. In September 2001, he challenged his life ban, but his application was subsequently dismissed. On 22 July 2013, 13 years after the initial allegations, the charge sheet of the case was finally filed by the Indian police. Family and personal life. On 8 April 1995, Hansie Cronje married Bertha Hans. The couple remained married until his death. They had no kids. On 1 June 2002, the cricketer died in a plane crash while travelling from Johannesburg to George aboard a Hawker Siddeley HS-748 turboprop aircraft. Facts about Hansie Cronje. Wessel Johannes Hansie Cronje was a South African international cricketer and captain of the South Africa national cricket team in the 1990s. Hansie Cronje led South Africa to win the 1998 ICC KnockOut Trophy, the only major ICC title the country has won to date. Hansie Cronje was voted the 11th greatest South African in 2004 despite having been banned from cricket for life due to his role in a match-fixing scandal. Hansie Cronje was born in Bloemfontein, South Africa, and excelled in cricket and rugby during his school years. Hansie Cronje earned a Bachelor of Commerce degree from the University of the Free State and had an older brother, Frans, and a younger sister, Hester. Hansie Cronje played for Ireland as an overseas player in 1997, contributing to their first-ever win against English county opposition in the Benson and Hedges Cup. Hansie Cronje was an impressive cricketer whose international career began at the 1992 World Cup. Hansie Cronje debuted as a Test cricketer during South Africa's first Test since readmission, and went on to become the team's captain, leading them to multiple victories. However, Hansie Cronje's career ended in disgrace when match-fixing allegations surfaced in 2000. Hansie Cronje was banned from cricket for life but tragically died in a plane crash in 2002. Hansie Cronje graduated in 1987 from Grey College in Bloemfontein, where he was the head boy. Hansie Cronje was the captain of his school's cricket and rugby teams. Hansie Cronje earned a Bachelor of Commerce degree from the University of the Free State. Hansie Cronje had an older brother, Frans Cronje, and a younger sister, Hester Parsons. Hansie Cronje made his first-class debut for Orange Free State against Transvaal at Johannesburg in January 1988 at the age of 18. Hansie Cronje scored his maiden century for them against Natal in December 1990 and finished the season with another century and a total of 715 runs at 39.72. In 1995, Hansie Cronje appeared for Leicestershire where he scored 1301 runs at 52.04, finishing the season as the county's leading scorer. In 1997, Hansie Cronje played for Ireland as an overseas player in the Benson and Hedges Cup and helped them to a 46-run win over Middlesex by scoring 94 not out and taking 3 wickets. Hansie Cronje earned an international call-up for the 1992 World Cup, making his one-day international debut against Australia at Sydney. In South Africa's next Test series against Sri Lanka, Hansie Cronje scored his second Test century, 122 in the second Test in Colombo. The victory margin of an innings and 208 runs is a South African record. Hansie Cronje finished the series with 237 runs at 59.25 after scoring 73 in the drawing third Test. Hansie Cronje scored 71 in a rain-affected first Test at Melbourne before a tense second Test that South Africa won by 5 runs. An injury to captain Kepler Wessels meant Hansie Cronje was captain for the final day of the match. Hansie Cronje started the ODI series with scores of 112,97,45 and 50 and when Australia played Orange Free State in their final match before the first Test, Hansie Cronje hit 251 of 306 balls. 200 of these came on the final day in which 294 runs were added. Hansie Cronje scored only 1 century on the whole tour and scored only 90 runs in the 3-Test series. Hansie Cronje was the first captain since W.G. Grace to win a 3-match series after being 1 down. Hansie Cronje scored a second innings 54 to guide them to a 7-wicket win. Hansie Cronje produced better form against Australia, averaging over 50 in both Test and ODI series, although both were lost. Hansie Cronje came up against Australia and ended on the losing side. Hansie Cronje put a stump through the umpire's dressing room door after the match and was lucky to avoid a ban. Hansie Cronje missed the first Test of the series with Pakistan because of a knee injury. At the 1999 World Cup, Hansie Cronje finished with 98 runs at 12.25 as South Africa were eliminated after the famous tied semi-final against Australia at Edgbaston. In October 1999, Hansie Cronje became South Africa's highest Test run scorer during the first Test against Zimbabwe. Hansie Cronje captained the one-day international team to 99 wins out of 138 matches with 1 tied match and 3 no results. Hansie Cronje holds the South African record for matches won as captain, and his record of captaining his side in 138 matches stands bettered only by Graeme Smith's 149 matches as ODI captain. Hansie Cronje has the record for playing the most consecutive ODI matches as captain and is the only player to play in 100-plus consecutive ODI matches as captain. Hansie Cronje challenged his life ban in September 2001, but on 17 October 2001, his application was dismissed. On 1 June 2002, Hansie Cronje's scheduled flight home from Johannesburg to George was grounded. Hansie Cronje then hitched a ride as the only passenger aboard a Hawker Siddeley HS-748 turboprop aircraft. Conspiracy theories that Hansie Cronje was murdered on the orders of a cricket betting syndicate flourished after his death and were most recently refloated by former Nottinghamshire coach Clive Rice in the wake of the death of Pakistan coach Bob Woolmer in March 2007. Hansie Cronje's widow later married Jacques du Plessis, a financial auditor, in 2003. Dear viewers, We have tried our best to provide you an informative video. Please comment that how did you find this video, because your comments and opinion are very important to us. If you like the video, please subscribe our channel and give a thumb up so that you may be updated for our every effort regarding upcoming video. Take care of your good self.